Set yourself a big goal to strive to get yourself out of the comfort zone, but have like a reward and a consequence for achieving that or not achieving that result, because that's going to force you to take massive action. You don't have to do this all the time. Like for me, I might do this in a couple of months' time because I'm also going to have to prepare to run a half marathon, but it does take a fair bit of energy to do like this type of goals. All right, team, this is episode 109, Matt from PT Mastery. This is the PT Profit Leverage and Lifestyle Show. So today's episode is about what I learned from making a bet with myself, which is actually costing me, or not costing me anything, but it's making me run a half marathon, which I've never run more than 5 kilometers in my life at once. So it's going to be a very interesting time, let's put it that way. So let me talk to you about what I did and why I did it, and the actual results that I got from it. So my mentor, he has this process where he suggests you make a bet with yourself, and he has like this cycle where every 6 to 8 weeks you have like a bet with yourself to see what you can achieve in this time frame. So you basically set yourself a goal, and you've got a reward and like a consequence, I suppose, if you don't hit it. So the reward is you get to do whatever, which in my case was we were going to stay at the Emporium in Brisbane City, which is a nice little resort here in Brisbane. And the other part of the bet would be if I didn't achieve it, I'd have to run a half marathon, which, as I said before, I've never run more than 5 kilometers straight in my life. Not a big fan of running. So if you know anyone that is good with helping people with running half marathons, just let us know, because I'm going to need some help. Okay, but essentially the goal was for me to reach 500,000 views on my Instagram. And I had a certain amount of time to do this, which was, in my case, it was 8 weeks that I gave myself to do it. And because I made the decision to go all in on organic social media. And the reason why I did it is because I know I needed to push to take massive action to get this result, which is why I set myself a big goal to do it, because there's a heavy reward and a heavy consequence of not achieving that result. And this is the results. I don't know the exact figure, but it's just over 400,000 views that I got on my Instagram over the last 8 weeks. So didn't achieve the goal, which I'm a bit bummed about, but that's okay. But the moral of the story is I took massive action to get that result, and I wouldn't have done that if there wasn't stakes on the table. As in, if there was no consequence of me not getting that result, I probably would have just done the average stuff and probably get my usual 150, 200,000 views over that month or two. But I made the commitment to go all in on social media, all in on organic content, and that's what happened. And if you weren't listening to the last episode where I shared, in December, we've gone from booking 30 to 40 consults a month and getting 5 to 6 new clients to booking 9 consults in the month of December and getting 5 new clients. So we basically eliminated 20 hours a month of wasted sales calls, talking to the wrong type of people. And that's because we've gone all in on social media. In fact, I had 2 people reach out to me a few weeks ago saying, "Hey Ash, I want to work with you," which for a long time hasn't happened like that. It's more like I'd have to constantly hound them and call them all the time. Now they're actually just coming to me wanting to buy. And in fact, I had one of those people pay $12K up front, which if you don't have the nurturing content on social media, it's just not going to happen. So one of the lessons I've learned from this is set yourself a big goal to strive to get yourself out of the comfort zone, but have like a reward and a consequence for achieving that or not achieving that result, because that's going to force you to take massive action. You don't have to do this all the time. Like for me, I might do this in a couple of months' time because I'm also going to have to prepare to run a half marathon, but it does take a fair bit of energy to do like this type of goal. So for example, if you're maybe plateauing in your business right now, and you might set yourself a goal of, okay, cool, if I sign 10 clients in the next 12 weeks, as an example, and you can obviously set your own type of standard here, then I might go buy myself a jet ski that I've always wanted, or I might upgrade my car like I've always wanted, or I might go stay at a fancy hotel, or I might go out for a fancy dinner with my partner or something. And then have the consequence, which something that you don't want to do, whether it's running a half marathon, or whether it's you need to do whatever the kids say for a weekend. So you have to say yes to everything that the kids want to do, for example, or maybe you have to say yes to whatever your wife wants to do, for example. Whatever is going to be like a big consequence for you, that's going to get you to take action on those other things. So that's essentially what I learned from the bet that I made. I'm going to be busy training for a half marathon pretty soon, so I might share some stuff about that, but probably won't because I'll be dreading the whole thing. Yeah, I would encourage you guys to do a similar thing. We do a similar thing in our program where every 6 to 8 weeks we come together and we reset our goals, and we make a new goal and we make a bet with ourselves. And you can be as harsh or as casual as you want about it. You can obviously have like a small goal where you might want to sign 5 clients, for example, in 5 weeks as an example, and you might reward yourself with a really fancy dinner. And like a con might be you might have to do all the cleaning for a week at home, as an example. Like, it doesn't have to be as extreme as running a half marathon. I just wanted to really force myself to take massive action, and that's what I did. So now I've got a new standard of social media in terms of views and engagement. So I'm really happy with the results, and I invite you guys to do the same thing. So if you want to come along to actually our planning session, it's coming up in the next couple of weeks. So if you want to come along, just send me a message about the planning session, and I'll invite you along for free and see if you like it. Until next time, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.